5 seconds. Start. Evidently, because they are better off. If a man getting a 100 rupees finds his income increased to 150, he will eat sugar, buy more cloth, and so on. Therefore, in making calculations, we have to keep in mind that the extra money that goes increased consumption and thereby higher needs of goods. Then we decide how to produce those things in India. In order to meet a particular variety of needs, we have now to put up a factory which will produce the goods that we need 5 years hence. Thus, planning is a much more complicated process than merely drawing up some schemes and fixing a system of priorities. Behind all these is another factor: finance. Finance is important but not so important as people think. What is really important is drawing up the physical needs of the people and then working to produce things which will fulfill such needs. If you are producing wealth, it does not matter very much if you have some deficit financing because you are actually putting money back through goods and services. Therefore, it does not matter how you manipulate your currency so long as your production is also keeping pace with it. Of course, there is the fear of inflation. We must avoid it, but there is no such fear at present in India. On the other hand, there is deflation. Nevertheless, we have to guard against inflation. We have to produce the equivalent of the money pumped in. Sometimes there is a gap between investment and production when inflation sets in. For example, let us say we put in 100 crores of rupees in a river valley scheme which takes 7 or 8 years to build. During the years it is being built, we get nothing out of it but expenditure. This can be balanced in cottage industries in which the gap in time is not large. The additional money that you have put in is not locked up for long. Therefore, in planning, we have to balance heavy industry, light industry, village industry, and cottage industry. We want heavy industry because without it we can never really be an independent country. Light industry too has become essential for us. So has cottage industry. I am putting forward this argument not from the Gandhian ideal but because it is essential in order to balance heavy industry and to prevent the big gap between the pumping in of money and production. But production is not all. A man works and produce something because he expects other consume what he produce. If there is no consumption, he stops production. Therefore, whether it is a factory or a cottage unit, consumption of what is produced should be taken care of. Mass production inevitably involves mass consumption, which in turn involves many other factors, chiefly the purchasing power of the consumer. Therefore, planning must take note of the need to provide more purchasing power too. Yours is a conference of highly technical people, and you have asked a non technical person to inaugurate it, perhaps because it is the non technical people who have to get advantage of it, and especially as head of government here. I am certainly very much interested in the very valuable work that all of you have been doing in the tasks that you have undertaken. Geotechnical engineering is very vital for many of our activities in the present day world of science and technology, where we are trying to take advantage of the valuable resources that nature can give us, and also how to utilize them, because that is the problem which is even more vital. But it possible to understand nature and its laws and to accord it to ourselves, to those laws in the working of nature, so that we can take maximum advantage of what nature can provide us, whether it is flood control, or whether it is irrigation, or whether it is mere structure. It has got to be borne in mind to match constructions, or now as we are looking into the sea beds and trying to take advantage of the inexhaustible wealth that is supposed to lie therein. This knowledge and skill with which you have endowed yourselves are very vital if you have to make the profitable use of all these natural resources. The building that are building now are also complicated and are very high, tall, going up to 50-60 stories, and unless the foundations are properly designed and arranged, there can be disaster in the same way. We now know there are several earthquake prone areas, and it is possible also to forecast earthquake, through we have not yet been able to get adequate knowledge to free ourselves completely, but I am sure in course of time we will be able to know them. natural laws are define the unchangeable, and if they are known, you can certainly see that those laws do not act against us, but we can so behave ourselves that they act to our advantage. If these laws had not been so definite and unchangeable and perfect, it would not have been possible for man to know some of these things and go to the moon.